I'm back, and I'm so excited. We've moved, we're done, we're here, we're in Utah. I couldn't be, this seems awfully bright. How's that? Is that better? I'm actually still getting out of breath too, this altitude. I've been working out, I've been trying to acclimate myself, and I'm getting there. How's that? Is that good? Maybe like that. I always have a lot of camera people asking me, like, what are you doing to adjust? I've got the ISO set. I'm in manual mode. I like to do manual mode when I've got a light here and I've got like static background in the office. I always do like aperture priority mode out in the field, and ISO auto capped at like a certain threshold, usually 3200 in studio, office, thing like this. I've got the ISO set at 400, and to adjust the brightness, I am adjusting the depth of field. Aperture? Am I adjusting the aperture? I'm not a camera guy, but that's what I'm doing to sort of get that like minor adjustments there. Hopefully that looks good. I got to show you around. I'm super excited. I've got a lot of stuff to catch up on. I've got a couple of walk around videos from Overland Expo West that we have shot. One of them I started doing. One of them I started editing. It's actually the $1.5 million Earth Roamer. Have you seen that one? The owner got in touch with me. I spent a lot of time with the Earth Roamer guys and got really detailed. It's going to be great. Got a few other things in the works. I've got another short trip up to Georgia Traverse that I wanted to share with you. But I wanted to start out this whole like coming back and getting back into the groove and getting content out there and sharing with you things that I've got going on. I wanted to catch you up. And I'm going to tell the story of our move and tell the story of me bringing the 4Runner out. And I want to end the story with a big finale, and had the great pleasure and opportunity to spend some time with the folks at CBI, and we did a day in Ouray. Oh, but first, I want to show you around. Check this out. But first, I wanted to show you my office. I'm really excited about this because I haven't ever actually I have. Hey. I have had an office. I have had my own space. It's just been a number of years. Well, that's actually not totally accurate either. But the last like 6 months or 8 months or a year or however long it's been, I've been sharing a place with Samuel, which is fine. But our Florida house, it just wasn't big enough for me to really have my own space. Here, this new house, I have 4 bedrooms and an office. It's pretty sweet. Sam's got his own room. The boys have a room. Lily's got a room. Huge like living area upstairs, huge living area downstairs, and I've got my own space. Check this out. So I've got my desk here, and then I've got these extra IKEA tables here, and actually I've got a big table here, which I can use as like, I've always wanted to have like a workspace. And then I've got tons of storage. I've got these shelves here with like these cabinet doors here that I can store stuff in, drawers that I can keep stuff in, and just lots of storage. Super stoked about that. Anyway, plenty of room to get work done. Check it out. I have a garage. We can keep the Land Cruiser in here. I've got the Turtleback in here. The 4Runner's right there. It's a 3-car garage. Lots of space to move around. I'm beyond excited. I have a spot in the garage for my Turtleback trailer. I'm super pumped about this. I've never been able to, the last place I could store it that was kind of covered was in the carport in Florida, and we all know the HOA, one of the guys, he just didn't like it being there. It was technically against the rules, which is fine. I don't mind obeying the rules. I just was a little bugged by it because nobody cared until he moved in. I digress. Here, I have a 3-car garage. One of them is big enough for me to get the Turtleback in. It's a little tricky getting it in here, but it's fine because, you know, practice makes perfect. But I've got space for it. That's the most important part. And I got a little thingamajigger in there so I can move it around and adjust it. I've got some stuff coming up. I've got a brand new Darcy awning. Darcy, that 270-degree awning you saw on Backwoods Overlands. Nick Nick's 4Runner. You remember that big awesome awning? I got one of those. I'm putting it on the turtleback trailer. By the way, DM me if you might be interested in buying my Foxwing awning in the next couple of, I don't know, maybe a couple of weeks. I'm not really sure, but I'll let you know. Anyway, keep an eye out for that. Got lots of other things going on. Plus, check out how tall this is. The garage door, it's like super duper tall. I can fit the 4Runner in the garage, which means if I'm gonna do some work on it or if I wanna have it inside for something, I can move the turtleback out, put the 4Runner in, and do work on the 4Runner in the garage. Never been able to do that. I've actually got something really, really neat coming up.
Hey Dad, there's my base.
Let's see it.
Me and Caitlin did an excellent job.
Hey Caitlin, does your mom mind if you're on the...
Not at all.
All right, good. It's very pretty, Lily. How do you like being in Utah?
It's great. I love the environment.
Caitlin,
It's just so dry.
it is dry. We're still getting used to it. Caitlin, you guys don't know this, but Caitlin was one of our friends from Florida, and they actually moved up here recently too. How do you like Utah?
I love Utah, except for snow. Snow is
I
absolutely
don't like the
evil.
cold.
Oh
It
yeah.
was terrible, and we had a mild winter apparently.
See this right here? You know what this is? These two boxes and maybe another one somewhere. This is a front runner slimline rack. Yes, I'm doing it in the next, I don't want to commit to a time frame because I'm not really sure when I'm going to get around to it, but probably in the next like 2 to 4 weeks, I'm going to be installing this thing. There's a lot of reasons why I'm going this way. Not going to talk about it today, but I'm very, very excited. That's the Darcy awning right there, and it's going to replace the Foxwing awning right here. And check this out. I've got something else very, very special coming up. See this right here? This is 7 boxes. Hadn't thought about that before. 7 boxes, which actually contains all the parts and pieces and components for an Icon Stage 7 suspension setup. So I've got an Icon Stage 7 in 7 boxes, and that's going on pretty quick here, along with 8 of Icon's finest alloy wheels. I don't even remember which ones they were. I don't remember. Maybe I can overlay something here. But I'm super duper, oh wait, check this out. It's the 6-speed, the Icon 6-speed. And I got these guys in, I don't even know, they're 17s, which is the same as the Trail, the 4Runner. And the reason why I got 8 of them is because I can put 4 on the 4Runner, 1 on the back bumper, because I got something else coming, and then I can put 1 on the back of the turtleback, 2 on the actual turtleback itself, and that way I'm all set and ready to go. I got big changes coming, big changes. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a little excited. Isn't this so exciting? I get asked this all the time. What is that clock on your desk? It's a Lemetric smart clock. It's a standalone internet connected like smart clock that gets like weather and YouTube subscribers, and just a lot of people call it the YouTube clock. It's a really, really neat clock. It's excessively expensive, but I think it's really cool. Hey. Okay, where to start? Let's start back in Florida. So basically, you know the story, we're moving out to Utah because we wanted to open up a branch of our company, which is short-term vacation rental management, in the mountains, so that we can have a winter destination side of the company. So we have been working on everything with the business, and we got everything packed up, loaded up into a 26-foot U-Haul truck. Hey, so tomorrow's moving day, or loading the truck day. Sunday we leave. Today's Friday, July 6th. Hope you had a great 4th, by the way. Really, really, really busy. Check this out. Oh, I see the priesthood.
posted. Oh, whoops, hold on. See, these are his glamour shots I found on my phone.
Oh.
Very nice.
Are you excited to move?
Yes, I'm excited to be finished packing.
We're not really moving furniture. So, like pretty much all the furniture. In fact, I can't really think of any furniture in the house that's going with us, but all of our stuff has been packed. Oh, hey Lily. What the? Lily, you ready to move to the mountains?
No, I'm the beach girl.
She's also the most contrary.
You're the what?
The beach girl.
All right, I'm gonna show you the truck because the truck is full of stuff. Yes, maybe. Here is the moving truck. This is a 26-foot moving truck, U-Haul. And my local U-Haul guys taking care of business over there in Mall. I've always gotten stuff from them. They've always been really, really good to me, and they were able to get me secure, reserve, make sure I might have just showed you my credit card number. They got me a brand new car, brand new truck, one of the brand new ones. And I'm super, super stoked about it because we're gonna be driving 2,000 miles across country. All right, so here we are, just went through and I got, So this is everything that was from we had a 10 by 20 storage unit that had just not really a ton of stuff, but I had my Oz 10s in there and an old couch that was a really good couch, but we didn't use anymore because we replaced it with this couch, but we didn't want to get rid of it. When we moved to Utah, we're literally going to have nothing. We've got a really, really old crappy bed. I've got a brand new purple mattress right there, which I think is Mormon owned and operated. Don't quote me on that. I know all the commercials are Studio C people, which is pretty cool. Tomorrow I got 20 guys, 20 friends. I don't know how many, I'm saying 20. We're having a bunch of people, friends that are coming over from church. If you're not Mormon, you probably don't get this, but Mormons, like, it's like a big, by the way, that guy you just saw a minute ago inside my house, that's my 18-year-old son, Oscar. You've never met him. I've got a 17-year-old son in Texas. You haven't met him either. Maybe you've met Oscar. I don't know if you met Oscar. Let me show you his new car. We just picked it up yesterday, and you're gonna love it. Yep, that is a brand new to him. And if you follow me on Instagram, you've seen it before, but it's 2004 Toyota 4Runner. 4th gen, and it was a limited, and it's got the V8. It's in great shape, 149,000 miles, got a really good deal on it. Pretty stoked for him. Actually, really kind of jealous. I mean, it's like a lot nicer inside than the Swell Runner. It'll be a good car. Congratulations, Oscar. All right, that's better. I just want to show you the truck. So it's nothing, okay. It's an F650 with the Triton V10. And it's new and big and awesome. Well, I mean, like, if you're gonna get a U-Haul truck, might as well get a new U-Haul truck. It's 5,000 miles in the odometer. It's big. And it's comfy. I mean, in terms of like a big U-Haul truck, it's comfy. We had the 26-foot U-Haul truck, we had the Big Mama van, which you've seen, and then we have the Land Cruiser that we needed to bring over to our new place in Park City. The plan was to leave the 4Runner and the throwback trailer at our Florida house, and I was gonna fly back the week after. Our Florida house, we left it completely furnished because we're gonna put it on our short-term rental management program, which has already done very, very well, actually. I was pleasantly surprised by that. We picked up the truck on Friday, July 6th. A bunch of friends from church came over on Saturday, July 7th, finished loading the truck, and we were planning on leaving the next day after church. Okay, it's Sunday. It's like almost 6 o'clock, and we just have to get going. This is like such an ordeal. We've got so much, we just had to get going. And so we're just gonna drive, and you know, we gotta make it to Hattiesburg tonight. I think we can do it, because we're just like ready to go. Got up early the next morning, which was Monday morning, and drove from Hattiesburg to Dallas to stay with my folks, and we played there for a little bit.
Yep, we're ready. What is this? That was awesome! Woohoo! Gnarly, dude! Woohoo! That's so great.
The very next day, we had a really, really big, awesome dinner. By the way, thank you, Dad. You are a grill master and you know it. We left about 5 o'clock, made it to Wichita Falls that night, got up early the next morning, and made a long day that day. We made it from Wichita Falls to Trinidad, Colorado, which is in the southeast corner. Thursday, we got up early and made another fairly decent day. We went from Trinidad, Colorado up to Grand Junction, Colorado. That drive was interesting. It was beautiful, but it was interesting, especially with a new driver who, Oscar, I didn't tell you this, our 18-year-old son who we just bought the 4Runner for, which is something that we did prior to the trip, he was driving the Big Mama van. I was driving the movie van, Ashley was driving her Land Cruiser. Okay, so who here has done a long haul road trip? I have. I've done a couple of them. The first time I drove all the way across country was for Overland Expo West. I'd never done like a multi-leg, like cross country kind of road trip. Now I've done it, I don't know, maybe half a dozen times or maybe a little bit more. But driving like 12 to 15 hours in one day is something that I've done a few times, because driving from Florida to see my folks in Texas, doing that in a day, it's about 11.5-hour drive from where we were in Florida, but with stops and kids and everything else, we pretty much never did it in less than 15 hours. Usually kind of took our time. I mean, I've been driving for, I don't know, I'm like almost 40 years old, so I've been driving for a long time, 25 years or something. I've done quite a few road trips. Oscar has never done a road trip like this before. Never. He never done, well, so he's ridden, but he's never driven on a multi-leg road trip. He'd never even driven on a multi-hour road trip. And so this was his first experience doing anything like this. With him and the baby, I just wanted to kind of express this part of the story, because we had to stop easily every hour and a half to 2 hours. If not for fuel, well, so the Land Cruiser gets about 250 miles to the tank, so we could stop every probably 3.5 hours or so. But we had to stop and just take breaks and just kind of keep the pace a little slow, because he was new to this, and frankly, he did a wonderful job. I mean, I'm actually very impressed with how well he did, but he had never done anything like that before. So that's kind of why we took a little bit of a slower pace, took our time. Plus, the baby, after like the second day, like bigger day on the road, he started doing really, really good. But the first 2 days, he was really upset like the whole time, because he didn't want to sit in his car seat. He's a very, very active little boy. So yeah. And then Friday morning, made from Grand Junction, Colorado, up to Park City, which is about 4 or 5 hours. Then I started unloading some things Friday. Had some movers that I paid to come help me, because I didn't know anybody from church to come help me over here. And Saturday we got everything unloaded in about an hour and a half. It went pretty quick. The interesting thing is when we loaded up the truck the week prior in Florida, completely sweated out in about 82, 83 degrees. It was 81 degrees whenever we unloaded the truck here. And since the humidity level obviously was so low, it was actually a very pleasant and not very sweaty experience, which was kind of refreshing. Unpacked Saturday and Sunday, and then a little bit Monday. Had mostly things mostly done by then. Tuesday, Oscar, Ben, and I, we packed up. Ashley drove us to the Salt Lake airport. We caught a flight from there, made a connection in Atlanta, went back down to Florida, got to Florida very, very late, probably 10 o'clock. That's not really, really late, but that's late for me. And stayed in our house one last time before guests showed up, which was like 2 days after. It was crazy. And everybody's loved it, by the way. So that's actually also really refreshing. Not that I would think that they wouldn't like it. The plan was to go have a meeting the next day with just some of my staff, and then we were going to grab the 4Runner and the turtleback trailer and start the drive out. I didn't end up leaving until almost 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Ben and I left with the turtleback, made it to Jackson that night. It was a late night, got up early. Let's see here, that would have been... I'm just kidding, the view's nothing to look at. We made it to Jackson, Mississippi last night, which is where we are right now, and We're in Amarillo. So what we were trying to do is we were trying to make it to Ouray, Colorado. And it just so happened that FJ Summit was happening that week. I didn't have a whole lot of time. I had already been out of town for the better part of a week. I'd left my wife and kids at home, at a new home in a new area. I'd already done most of the unpacking, but I still had a lot to do, still had a lot to get settled. And frankly, I was just really behind on everything. Work, catching up with you guys. I mean, everything that I normally do on a day-to-day, I had to get back into my routine. I had to get going. I had to get back to being productive again because I'd pretty much been off for a month. But I was driving right by it. The road that was taking us to, like across Colorado, was taking us within about 25 miles of Ouray. And Ouray, some of the things that I've seen, the pictures that I've seen, the video, it's just the most mind-blowingly gorgeous place that I've ever seen. And I wanted to experience it. And it turns out it was. And I only saw one little place. We're going back. But that was the goal. The goal was to get there by Friday night. But the drive from, we started in Amarillo that day to Ouray was the most beautiful, once we got out of Texas, there's a lot of beautiful things in Texas. But once we got into Colorado and started going through those mountain roads, it was gorgeous. This area is absolutely enchanting. It's just so gorgeous, so gorgeous. Hang on a second. Yes, I did that on purpose. I'm just having fun. Okay, so that's what we're doing. Tomorrow we're gonna do some trails. I don't know, I'm not even sure what we have time to do, but I need to get on the road by like lunchtime because it's a 6-hour drive to our new home in Park City. I can't wait to show you. The area that we're living, it's just magical. It's just magical. I'm so excited. Anyway, once again, I've completely misjudged exactly how long the video is gonna end up being in the end. So I don't have time to show you in this vlog what we did in our day in Ouray. I did learn how it's pronounced, by the way. Later on this week, I'm gonna publish the video that has all of the footage. It was an incredible experience. And like I said, just a taste. We did Yankee Boy Basin, spent an afternoon or really like morning and didn't even spend a full day. It was absolutely incredible. Thanks for watching. I'm so happy to be back. So stoked to be back. So stoked to be able to share so much more with you. Thank you for watching this video. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do so. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you share it with your friends if you found it useful or fun and entertaining. And so yeah, here's what is that? Here's some footage of the here's some footage of our day in Ouray, and you'll see the whole story later this week. Are you seeing this place? This place is, it's amazing. I've never have I seen anything like this in person. Wow. Wow. That'll be good to overlay. Did you get it close?